We make the strings louder.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. Today's sort of a different video. I don't want to say it's like an unboxing video. It's more of like a company review, sort of say. I have some K-Tune products here that we're basically going to talk about, but I want to talk about K-Tune in general, just the overall company, what they do, some of the products they make, and what products I'm running on my car. So first, let's just talk about the products I have on my car that are from K-Tune. Alright, so to start off with my personal car, I'm not running heat in it. I don't really need to run it. I don't drive it in the winter time, so I decided to just delete the heat coming into the car, so I'm blocking the coolant out of the engine. To do that, I bought this K-Tune product. It's a heater outlet plug, they call it. Here, I'll give you guys the part number. So where that's going to go behind your head, where you have, I actually have a piece right here, where this little nipple is, or this outlet is. You're going to have a coolant hose that runs right to it, and this screws into the back of the head. So let me show you where it goes on the head. Alright, so normally if you're looking at the head, this would be the front of the head, this is the back of the head. This would be, if you're facing the front of the engine, this is on the driver's side, you're going to have this little tube right here with a coolant hose coming on the back of it. So this is where you get your coolant into your heater core. That's what's going to give you your heat. Well, I'm not running this anymore, and our K-Tune heater outlet plug, that plug is going to just bolt right back here. That's going to plug that up. So now you don't have any coolant going into your cabin. So that's why that's one piece I'm running to delete the coolant or the heat out of my car. Alright, so let me show you guys basically how this heater plug goes in. It's right here's your plug. Comes with like a little crush washer. It's very simple. You're just going to screw it on. Don't cross thread it. This is aluminum. The size of it is a 27. And make sure this is going to be nice and snug so you don't have any leaks. Okay, now they also give you this little plug. Now this plug is going to go right in the middle of this this plug. Now I believe the reason why they left a plug there is because if you ever want to run, let's say maybe a separate cooling temp sensor for like a aftermarket gauge or something, you can just screw it right back here, because this is where coolant is going to be flowing. But since I'm not running that, we're just going to run the plug right in. Actually, let's put a little Teflon tape on this. Alright, we got some tape on it. We're just going to run it in. The size to tighten that plug up is going to be 3/16. Same thing, make sure that's going to be nice and snug. You don't want any leaks coming out of this. Okay, that's it. Simple. Alright, so now the next K-Tune product I have that's here, it's going to be their thermostat housing plug, and it's a bracket. So here, I'll give you guys part number. Now where this is going to go, this is going to block one of the tubes on your thermostat. So that's where the coolant is going to feed from the thermostat all the way to another port on your heater core. That's actually, I believe, the return. I could be wrong, though, don't quote me on that. So I'm going to show you where that's located on the car. Alright, so as you guys can see, this is actually the tube that you're going to remove. That plug is going to go right here. This tube is actually cut. This tube goes all the way up to the back right there, and then there's going to be another hose that runs to the back. But when you put that plug in, we're just going to put the plug right there. Now to install this plug, it's very simple. All you're going to do, like I showed you before, you're going to remove this hose, this hard line. There's going to be a couple bolts on the side of the head you're probably going to have to remove, I forget. But once you get this hard line out, you get the plug. I always like to use some silicone spray every time I'm using an O-ring. Just lube it up so that way you don't damage the O-ring. And you're going to push that right down. Now we're not done. K-Tune came out with a bracket to hold this in case anything ever went wrong. Here's the bracket K-Tune came out with. This is to ensure this plug is not going to back out. This is going to go right here. It's just going to hold this plug down. Now you're going to use your existing bolt on the thermostat housing. That's a 10mm. We're going to take that out. Alright, so once we got the bolt out, we're going to put our bracket in place. Put the bolt right back in. Make sure it's all snugged up, and that's it. That plug is not coming out. So the next product of K-Tune that I have is actually on my RBC manifold, so I'm going to go get that. So on my RBC manifold, in order to make it work on my RSX, I had to cut, you know, the regular ear off to make it work on the K20 head, and then I needed to run an adapter to make it work. So the adapter I chose was from K-Tune. Now this is their, I don't have the part number with me, I'll put a link in the description with all the products that I'm showing you today. What it is, it's a 70mm opening. So I had I'll leave a link in also the video where I port matched this opening, but this, you have like a choice where this product comes with a sleeve. I just found the part number here. I'll leave it for you guys right here. So the sleeve that this came with, if you were going, let's say you were just throwing this on with a factory throttle body, so you would use your 64mm, this sleeve will make it a 64mm. But if you're running an aftermarket one, all you have to do is take this sleeve out, and this adapter is already ready to go for 70mm, which is the size it is right now. I think that's ingenious from K-Tune, because not only do you not have to port the actual piece that's already ported for you, that's one less head you have to do. So all you have to do is open up your RBC and you're done. So that was a great pickup from them. Now with this kit that they give you for the adapter, they'll give you this little plug, and this is to block your map sensor, seeing as you're probably going to run the map sensor on your throttle body. Well, I didn't decide to use that plug. What I chose was K-Tune's actual map sensor delete plug. The reason I chose it, it just looks a lot better than that little black rubber plug. So that's another thing I threw on this RBC. Now the next items I'm going to show you from K-Tune are actually on my car. So we're going to go to my car right now, take a look at them, and I'll let you know what I think of them. Alright, so the next item is going to be this power steering delete adapter, whatever you want to call it. It's from an EP3, but K-Tune made it to fit. If you deleted your power steering on a K20, this worked perfect. I really like this piece. It's a really nice, I believe it's aluminum. They made now adjustments on the back, so if you're running a different tensioner or a certain pulley a certain way, you can actually adjust your belt tension if it's not within the spec in the OEM tensioner window through the back, which I thought was very good. They have a snap ring, so if anything did happen to this pulley, you can replace this pulley. They included the belt with it, which was also nice. It's just an overall, it's a good piece, and it looks good under the engine bay. The next item I have from K-Tune is their knock sensor. I'll leave another link in the description of the video I showed you how to install this knock sensor. Really, it was just a good swap. The only reason I swapped to it was because my old knock sensor was broken, and this one looks more stout, more sturdier, so that's the reason I switched to that. Now the last piece of K-Tune equipment I have that I'll show you guys is going to be their stainless steel header for the RSX with a K24, K20 engine. I swapped to this when I went K24, and the overall design and the look of this header is just top notch. The craftsmanship, you can't beat it. K-Tune really knocked it out of the park with this header, It's definitely my favorite header that I've had on the car to date. I've had another header that it was okay, it did its job, but ever since switching to the K-Tune header, fitment was way better and the performance is there as well. So I would definitely recommend, if anybody's running an RSX with a K24, K20 engine, go for the K-Tune header. This is the stainless steel, like I said. They also have I believe it's a steel or a ceramic header. I'm not 100% sure, which is a little more affordable. This one was a little more pricier, but you get what you pay for, in my opinion, and it's well worth the money. Alright guys, so now you saw basically all the K-Tune products I'm running on my car. I'll explain to you why I'm running the products. Ever since I heard of K-Tune, which I believe was a while ago, I can't remember, a year, 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. When they were introduced, they were mostly K-series product, you know. I believe now they're going more into some B-series products. They're starting to touch. And when I started buying K-Tune products, I started to notice the quality and the craftsmanship, which is what led me to continue to buy from K-Tune. And K-Tune is at the point now where if you think of any K-series, anything related with almost performance parts, K-Tune is at the top of the line, producing some of the best parts I've seen out there. And I would recommend them to anyone running a K-series engine, swaps especially. K-Tune has a whole variety of swap parts with harnesses, swap headers, swap intakes, just to make your swap so much easier. Along as with anyone running factory K-series engines like the Civics and the RSXs, the products are top of the line. There's no beating them for the price that you're paying for them. I mean, K-Tune is really doing a great job. So K-Tune, if you guys ever see this video, keep up the good work. I appreciate all the products you guys are coming out with. Your customer service is great. So that's basically what this whole point of the video was, to show you guys that K-Tune is one of the brands and one of the products and companies that I strongly recommend you guys going towards. They're doing the best that they can to just really help the average Joe like you and me compete at the drag strip or on the street with all these other big guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a little different, I know. I felt like doing it, you know, doing something a little different. We're still in the garage. Leave any comments. Let me know what K-Tune products you guys are running, your experience with K-Tune. Hit me up on my Instagram. Give me a big thumbs up on this video. Subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.